Welcome to Pouls-Kitchen. Today we're going to do a video on tossed lasagna. Yeah, it doesn't look like much like a lasagna, but trust me, it is. We got a vegetarian side to it. We're using for our meat, we're using a chickpea meat sauce. So it's vegetarian that way, except it's got a lot of cheese to it. It's not part it isn't. However, this is going to be an amazing dish. The only difference between this and real lasagna, this isn't baked. Everything's been cooked out before. And this is actually going to be mixed and put in the Tupperware. It's going to be amazing, and this is a welcome home gift to my wife who's coming home Monday night. By the way, guys, if you're ever in Ontario looking for a good place to go, don't go to Port Cunningham Lodge. They beat their employees, and trust me, it's a real hole. You really don't want to go there. But anyways, you have a great day, and thanks for coming to Pouls-Kitchen. Welcome to Pouls-Kitchen. Today we're going to work on a meatless tossed lasagna. What's a tossed lasagna, you ask? I don't really know, but we're going to make an attempt here. So in this bowl we got some chickpeas. They've been soaking overnight, so I'm going to take them out. I'm going to rinse them, drain it, and then I'm going to boil them for about 5 to 10 minutes. When they're done, we're going to put them through the blender and we're going to set them aside, and that's going to be our first piece to get this going. So we need to get it all spiced up. So when we get it all blended and we're ready to spice, we'll be back. So right now it's just more of a matter of waiting for the water to boil. Rinse them out after you soak them. Let them soak overnight. 24 hours would be best if you can do that, but overnight should be good enough. You're just going to soak them. You're going to rinse, get rid of the water, and then you're going to rinse them again, and then you're going to boil them for about 5 to 10 minutes. That should work beautifully, and we'll be back when we're ready for that part. Okay, so welcome back. So our chickpeas have been cooked. They've been drained, and we've had it through a food processor, and this is the general consistency is what we're going to get here. So what we're going to do now, notice how it's nice and fluffy here. I'm going to dump some olive oil in here, and then I'm going to spice it up. I'm going to mix it really good. We're going to set it to the side. Now in this step, we're going to want to do a few dishes, because if we don't, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a real pain, and you'll be doing dishes for a long time. When that's done, start making your pasta. That's the next thing we want to do. This shouldn't take a whole long, and I'm not going to bake this. I don't feel it's necessary, but some people are going to want to. But big deal. And we may not even use all of this. Some of this may go in the trash, and that's perfectly fine too. So I'm going to put some olive oil, and then I'm going to put some spices, and then do some dishes and start making noodles. So we'll be back when the noodles are done. Welcome back. So we're almost done. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut up our vegetables. I've got 2 sweet peppers. I'm still working away at that. I'm going to put 2 onions, a can of sliced mushrooms, and some mixed vegetables. I'm going to mix this all in here. I'm going to take it over the wok, and I'm going to cook that all up. I'm not going to put any spice in it. Don't need to. And then, you know what? I believe we have the sauce and the cheese sauce. So we'll be back very soon. So when you're done cutting this all up to your liking, we're just going to take it over to the wok, and you're going to cook it that way until it's nice and cooked. And that's basically it. This part is not that complex. We've got our noodles here, we got them cooling down a little bit, and we still got our chickpeas. So we're coming along, guys. We'll be back soon. Now, as we cook the vegetables, we want to make sure that we do this nice and slowly, and they don't have to be fully cooked. Like, we don't need to caramelize anything, we don't need them that cooked. We just want them to be to the point that they're nice and soft and ready to go. We're going to put them aside, and then we're going to start with the spaghetti sauce. That's going to go quick. The best of the best is going to be the cheese sauce, and we'll be doing that very soon. Alright, so this is my marinara spaghetti sauce. Now, you want to be very careful to watch this and stir this quite frequently, because it's not going to take very long to cook. It's actually going to be really quick. If you're making it homemade, then it might take a little longer. To be honest with you, I'm using the same pot that I cooked the vegetables in. I didn't clean it out, and that's perfectly fine. It's not like they're going to be both alienated. They're going to be touching each other once it's in the dish anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. So this won't take more than a couple minutes, and you want to start prepping your cheese and your butter, and we'll explain that in a few minutes. Alright, so we're at the home stretch here, guys. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a pot, we're going to put some olive oil in here, and then we're going to put some butter. We're going to let the butter slowly melt, and then what we're going to do is we're also going to dump a little bit of flour in here. This is going to help thicken things out for you. And for those of you who don't like my camera shaking, there's not much I can do. Usually my wife's here with me doing this, so it's not really just me. It's usually my wife. But what we want to do is we want to mix this together really good, and then once everything's melted really good, and the olive oil is going to help keep the butter from burning, which is pretty important. We don't want to go crazy. We want less than a half of a thing of butter, and half a normal cup of flour, and that should be good enough. And then we're going to start gradually pouring in milk. I got 3.25%. It was on sale. I've got a block of Havarti and half a block of Marble. Once you get the consistency to your liking with your milk, it's thickening up, and you want to do this very slowly and keep stirring. Once that's done, slowly put the cheese in. You want to do it very slowly so it has a chance to melt, because it's a cheese sauce, not cheese clumps. Now, if this was my wife, we'd be having this argument, because I probably would have had to have 4 blocks, because she'd keep eating this on me. Now, we see that the butter is mostly melted. It's not all, but, it's mostly. So, I'm going to pour a little bit of milk in. Probably going to put a little bit more than that. And we're just going to keep stirring. Everything will cook down, and we get it hot enough, we'll be able to stick the cheese in. It will start melting pretty darn good. And this will give it a really nice cheese sauce. Now, it doesn't mean you have to use a whole 1 liter. I'm probably not. Amy's coming home on Monday, and I'm actually making this meal for her because I know she's going to really like it. This is something she's really into, so she'll like this a lot. And it doesn't take very long, guys. It really doesn't. Now, you can spice this up if you want. Now, if Amy was cooking this, if she was the only one eating it, I'd probably mix a little bit of jalapeno in here, some hot pepper. She likes things hot. And this is a cheese sauce, so by all means, I mean, like, if you really like it hot, then put some hot stuff in there. Copan, Leah, Jess, if you guys want to do that, just dump some hot spice in here. A little bit of hot pepper is not going to kill you. It will actually do good for you. And you know what? I'm actually going to use the whole thing. If Amy wants more milk when she gets here, she can go buy some. I'm not a milk drinker, but it's pretty important for a cheese sauce. You want to make sure that your butter's melted. It's very important because it's a very, very important thing to do. Now I'm going to put a handful of cheese in here. You know what, screw it. Don't put too much in because it will take, because it's just too much on it and it just won't melt fast enough. You don't want it to melt too fast either because then it's going to burn. It's not good. So when this is all done, we're going to go back and we're going to start assembling. So we'll see you soon. Alright, so we're mostly done and ready to assemble. So we got our cheese sauce here. It's extremely cheesy. Yeah, it's going to have a little bit of a buttery taste, so I probably used more butter than I should have, but whatever. Believe it or not, it actually does help. So it'll give a good taste. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some noodles and we're going to load the bottom. Then we're going to put some chickpea, or some of the chickpea stuff on there. Then a little bit of sauce. Then a layer of cheese. Then another layer of noodles, a layer of vegetables, sauce, and cheese. And that's pretty much it. When it's done, I'm going to mix this up really, really good, so it's more of a mixed up lasagna kind of deal. If you want to put more chickpeas, you can. Make it whatever way you want, but just mix her up really good, and then basically from there, put in Tupperware and do what you want. So it's going to taste really good, I think. Amy will love this. So when everything's all done, I got something I can show you to serve. And I'll actually show that at the beginning of the video. But until next time, please hit the like, share, subscribe. It really helps us out, guys. We don't get monetized by YouTube, so just having your recognition means a lot to us. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. Alright, so yeah, I lied, we're not done. But I just wanted to make sure that you notice we've got a layer of noodles, a layer of chickpea, and then we've got a whole layer of cheese. And we really want this to be as cheesy as we can get it. It's very important. So I'm going to put another layer of noodles on top. Then I'm going to put marinara, and then the vegetables, and then another layer of cheese. And then we're going to cover the rest with more noodles, more cheese, and more marinara. And that's basically it. So this will taste really good, guys. If you've seen at the very beginning of the intro part of the video, you'll notice what it actually looks like when it's all done. So I'm really excited to see what Amy thinks. I'll eat anything, I don't care, but Amy, on the other hand, she tends to be a little fussy, but I really wanted to make this for her, so hopefully she likes. So thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for watching the video. We really appreciate our viewers. So please hit the like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate you. Have a good day. Thanks for coming to Pouls-Kitchen.